Everybody, I'm just going to send a recorded lesson to you all. This lesson will help you complete the assignment that has already been provided for this week. So for that, I'm going to take some examples. Especially, there are going to be three examples that I want you to use it for your complete lesson or the chapter that the whole week we are going to do. That means, please look at the first example that I'm going to show you in solving this quadratic equations. Whenever they ask a question about solving quadratic equations, that means there are two solutions for every quadratic equations. And when you look at this, first example that I'm going to give you is x squared plus 5x plus 4 equals to 0. And this is a quadratic equation where we can notice that a value is 1 and b value is 5 and c value is 4. When you look at these values, a should be the coefficient of x squared, b should be the coefficient of x, and c value, you know that that's a constant. So as per the method that we are just following, air conditioner should be with us. That means we are multiplying 8. And we are going to be comfortable between AC. That's the shortcut that I gave you. Try to use that. 1 times 4 will definitely result in 4. So now we are looking for two suitable factors. What do you mean by two suitable factors? You have to pick two factors which is going to give you the middle number. That means I'm going to be comfortable between AC. When I pick up 2 and 2, their sum is going to be 4. But my middle number is 5. So this is the wrong option. So we are going to leave that option. Now, when I come to the second option that I'm going to choose, I can try to choose negative 2 and 2. When you multiply them, negative 2 times negative 2, it is going to be positive 4. But still, when you combine them, it should be negative 4. So, I'm not comfortable between air conditioner. So, what I have to do, I should change the factors. When I try to change the factors, what are my factors? They are simple ones. Let's look at that. 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So when you combine it, 1 plus 4 is 5. So I am being comfortable between air conditioner. So right now, what is my next step? Right before the answers, I should write the factors. The factors are as they are here. You have to write it as it is. Then I'm going to write my solutions. How do I just approach the solutions? Write the same numbers with its opposite signs. So when you look at that, negative 1 and negative 4, these are my solutions. Please go ahead and make a note in your journal so that you can retain it, until end of the course. And even this material will help you to do any kind of ACT preparation or even GRE examination that is helping you, when you get into your masters. Okay, this is one of the examples that I wanted to give you. So I'm going for the second one. Please look at the second one that I'm going to create. The second one is definitely going to be easier. Okay. And the second one is going to be just built up with some number right in front of x squared. Now I'm just going to have one more number. Say for example, 4 I'm just having, and I have 7 here, and I have created a quadratic equation. When you look at this quadratic equation, you will see this a value is definitely 3. The leading coefficient is the 3. So when I come to the next value, coefficient of x, I have 7. Then the last one is the constant. The constant is definitely 4. So I have just picked up all ABC values. So now I wanted to look for two factors of 12, two factors of 12 whose sum is going to be 7. So I'm just going to write AC. AC stands for air conditioner. 3 times 4. 3 times 4 will give you 12. So 12 will have two factors. I'm not going to explain about many factors here. There are many factors, set of factors right here, and we do not need all of them. I'm just going to go for, 6 times 2. When I combine it, 6 plus 2 is 8, but I have 7, so it is impossible. I cannot choose this set of factors, so I'm going to delete that. Then what are you have more set of factors, but I'm not going to choose that. But directly 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 plus 4 is definitely 7. I'm being comfortable between air conditioner. So now I'm going to write my factors. When I write my factors, they are my factors. What are the factors? 3 and 4. But I'm not going to write as it is because the value of A is more than 1. Whenever the value of A is definitely more than 1, I'm going to say that more than 1 in this way, A is greater than 1, factors should be divided. Factors should be divided, so keep that in mind. Factors must be divided or being divided. I'm going to say being divided. So you can keep that in mind. Divided by a value. What is the a value here? That is 3. So I'm going to divide that a value here. When I do that, it is 3 and this is 3. When I just look at this one, it is going to reduce into 1, and this will never reduce into any other number other than 4 over 3. So now I'm going to take this 3 out, and I'm going to put here and 3 at the bottom. Now I got my factors, then I'm going to write my solutions. So these are two solutions that I have. So look at that. Positive 1 changes into negative 1, and positive 4 over 3 changes into negative 4 over 3. That's how we solve any quadratic equations for their two answers. Okay? So this is your second example. Then the third one that I'm going to give you quickly, very quickly, which is going to be much easier than this one because the middle term, B value is going to be missing. The middle number, B, is going to be definitely missing. And when you look at that, you will have a clear idea about the standard form of quadratic equation. What is the standard form? Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is called standard form. Standard form of quadratic equation. Standard form of quadratic equation. You can understand that. Now, my third example is going to be looking like this. 2 times x squared minus, I'm just going to do this one. What is that? It is 50. That's the example that I wanted to give you. Now, when you look at that, I have constant c, that is negative 50, and I have a value that is 2, and b value is less than. Please look at that. The absence of b, So I'm going to write all the values. That means a and c values. A is 2 and b is definitely 0 and c is negative 50. Now I'm going to multiply because air conditioner. Between air conditioner I should be comfortable. So when I multiply 2 times negative 50, I'm definitely going to have 100. Now 100 will give me two factors. I have many set of factors, but I'm choosing only 10 and negative 10. Why I'm choosing wisely 10 and negative 10 means when I combine these two, I'm going to have 0. I'm being comfortable between air conditioner. So that's why I'm choosing these factors. Now, when I look at a value, since a value is more than 1, I should definitely divide these factors. When I divide these factors, I'm going to have 5 and negative 5. These are my factors. So now I have to write the factors. I wrote it 5 and negative 5. And I'm going to write my solutions. Look at the solutions. I'm writing 5 and negative 5 as it is. But what is the change that I'm creating in final answer? This should be changed into negative. This should be changed into positive. Please make a note of it and carry out all the problems that I have assigned for the whole week. This is the only method or strategy that we use to solve quadratic equations. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate or be hesitant to call me or just email me. This is what I wanted to tell you. Please go ahead and use these 3 methods, only 3 problems, but the method is only one. So use that method and solve all the problems. So we'll be really good for this week with this recording. I'm going to send all, send all of you with this recording so that you can use it and complete your work even while reviewing your assignments. You can use this recording. So please be alert and use this video that I'm sending.